For years I worked harder, not smarter, and my son watched me do it. He didn't learn that from anything I said. He learned it from my pace, my phone at the dinner table. The 5 more years I kept telling myself I needed before things got easier. One night I did the math on where that pace was actually heading. Same corporate job, same hours. 5 more years, just like this one. And I realized something that I could not unsee. My son would not remember my job title. He would remember how often I was actually there. So this video is not me telling you to quit your job tomorrow. That would be reckless. This is the math that made me ask a much harder question. Is my salary protecting my family, or is it slowly buying my kids' childhood from me? Today is what I want to show you, what I call the childhood cost equation. 3 numbers every dad needs to calculate before he hands over another 5 years to a job that gets the best of him. Income minus absence minus stress equals real family profit. And man, that changed everything for me. Here's the trap. Most dads measure a job by one number: salary. The number on the contract, the number the bank sees, the number that makes you feel responsible. But salary is not the whole story. Your job pays you with one hand and quietly takes with the other. It takes your mornings, your mood, your patience, the calm version of you your family rarely gets to meet. That is the provider trap. You are doing the right thing on paper, but inside your home, your family is living with a cost. We are not given a short life. We make it short ourselves, spending the parts that matter on things that do not. And that hits differently when your kids are only this age once. I know this because I saw it growing up too. My own dad was not lazy. He worked hard. He loved us. But some days, by the time work was finished with him, there was almost nothing left for the house. As a kid, you do not understand the financial pressure. You just feel absence. That is why I had to do the math differently. Not just money math, fatherhood math. So here's how I think about it now. Your family life is like a bank account. Every day something goes in and every day something comes out. Most dads only track the money side of that account, but there's a whole other ledger running underneath it. One nobody teaches you to check. 3 numbers on that ledger. First, the presence cost. Second, the stress tax. And third, the freedom gap. Let's go through them. First, the presence cost. This is not how many hours you are technically home. That number lies. You can be sitting in the house and still be withdrawing from the account without depositing anything back in. The real question is, how many awake hours do your kids actually get the best version of you? Not the version watching the clock, not the version thinking about tomorrow's meeting, the best version. Here's the moment that made this real for me. I was sitting at the dinner table, phone face down next to my plate, and my son said something to me. I nodded. I said, yeah. I have no real idea what he said. My body made a deposit that night, but my attention made a withdrawal at the exact same time. Net balance close to 0. Let's make the math simple. Say you get home at around 6:30. Kids go to bed at 8. That looks like 90 minutes. But 30 minutes is dinner chaos. 15 minutes is email on your phone. 20 minutes is you trying to decompress. Your kids may only get 25 real minutes of deposit. Multiply that by 5 weekdays. That's just over 2 hours of real dad time a week. Stretch that across the year, around 100 real weekday hours. But protect even one extra present hour a day, and that 260 extra hours a year. Over 5 years, that's 1,300 hours back in the account. That is not a small number. That is childhood. Your kids do not experience your payslip. They experience your face when you walk through that door. Quick gut check. Comment right now. Presence, stress, freedom. Which one is draining your account the fastest? One word. Second, the stress tax. This is the overdraft fee. It's what your job charges you after your work has technically ended. Some jobs do not stop when you close the laptop. They follow you into dinner, they sit next to you at bath time, and your family pays the fee. Not because you're a bad dad, because the account is overdrawn. You snap quicker than you want to. You need silence when your kids need connection. Then you feel guilty for being irritated, and the fee gets charged again tomorrow. More money does not always clear the overdraft. Sometimes the salary goes up and the stress tax goes right up alongside it. So ask yourself, what does my job charge my mood every week? That is the stress tax. You have to count it because your family already does. Third, the freedom gap. This is your savings buffer, not luxury. Options. It sounds like a spreadsheet, but stay with me. It is not about quitting. It is about not making a reckless withdrawal from panic. Essentials plus buffer minus reliable income equals freedom gap. Take your monthly family essentials, add a basic safety buffer, subtract the income you can already rely on. What's left is your freedom gap. For some dads, that's $1,000 a month. For others, $3,000. For others, it's 6 months of survival money before any move at all. Here's the part that matters most. You do not need to replace your entire salary on day one. That belief keeps too many dads frozen. You need the next layer in the account, a second income stream, something that fits the life you actually have, a buffer that gives your family room to breathe. That was the shift for me. The question stopped being, can I escape corporate? It became, what number gives my family more of me without putting them at risk? That's a far better question. The truth is, I couldn't actually finish this math for myself until I built a way to run it properly. That's the Business Fit Blueprint. Links in the description if you want to run yours. Here's what I want you to take from this. Leaving corporate was never about rejecting responsibility. It was about taking responsibility for the full equation. Money matters, but it's not the only thing that your family needs from you. They need your presence, your patience, your example. And I know this feels uncomfortable because the job might not be terrible. The salary might be good. That is what makes it hard. A good job can still take your best years. A good salary can still hide a bad trade. So no, I'm not saying burn it down. I'm saying do the math. Presence cost, stress tax, freedom gap. This is the childhood cost equation. Not rich dad or free dad. Present provider. A dad with options. So here is your move this week. Take 15 minutes, open a note on your phone, write down 3 numbers, the real present hours on a normal weekday, what your job charges your mood after work, and the monthly number that would give your family real options. Do not make it perfect, make it honest, because somewhere in your house, someone is watching your pace, not your paycheck. Same as I was, and same as my son was watching mine. Be the version worth watching. In the next video, we go deeper into the choice so many working dads feel trapped inside. Rich dad or free dad. I'll show you why that choice is not as simple as it sounds.